In the 672 bag reviews that I've done, well, I'm exaggerating, but at this rate, I don't think it's impossible that we get to that number. But yeah, in the many bag reviews that I've done, I've always made it a point to mention that different camera bags have different purposes, or at least they have this one or two uses that are best for them. When I first saw this bag, I thought it had a totally different purpose altogether. And now being able to use it and test it out, I figured out that we actually need to take a closer look at this so that we know and we can expect where we can best use this. So in this video, we're going to talk about the PGYTECH roller camera backpack. I've been using this a lot for the past 3 weeks. This may be the bag that I've tested the most in a short period of time. And yes, 3 weeks is for me a short period of time to be able to form opinion about something this significant. But I tried my best to put it back into the condition that I found it, into the condition that I saw it when I opened the box. So the PGYTECH roller camera backpack only comes in black, and it's said to be a 30-liter bag, but it doesn't really look like that. I feel like there's so much more space that it actually has. Now, one of the most important things to talk about is actually the size. This is a 21.3 by 14.2 by 9.8 inches. 21.3 by 14.2 by 9.8 inches. It's important to take note of that because while it does fit in some airline restrictions, it does not fit all. I got this bag around 3 days before my trip to Korea, but when I was packing, I realized that I couldn't take the risk of bringing it onto the airline as my carry-on because it had all of my gear and there would be a risk that I would be forced to check it in, which is something that I wouldn't do with my camera gear, especially not with the airline I was flying on. Now again, there are airlines with bigger capacities, bigger limitations when it comes to the size of your carry-ons, so it's important to check that. Now this whole thing as an empty bag weighs 3.6 kilograms, so that's another thing. If you're going to travel with this, you need to check the airline restrictions. For the one I was using on my trip, it was 7 kilograms, and this is already taking up more than half of that, literally more than half of 7 kilograms. So carrying all the gear that I was gonna bring, it will be risky. Though, of course, there are airlines wherein when they find out that you're bringing camera gear, regardless of whether it's over the weight limit, they're gonna allow it because it's safer with you. But that's kind of an unwritten rule, so that's pretty hard to bank on, and that's why I didn't bring it on my trip. Now, despite that, I've still been using the bag a lot. So let's take a closer look. Now, the material that was used on this is, of course, some water-resistant polyester, and that covers the entire bag altogether. And before we even talk about the main compartment, there's already so much we need to talk about. Let's go from front to back. Right here is the frontmost pocket. It goes about up to here in terms of the height of the bag. So you can put small items in this. You can put your phone, your wallet, your passport if you are, again, using this for travel. You can even fit, I think, that small iPad mini inside this pocket. Now, there are loops right here, and you can use that to put a padlock with a zipper, still depending on where the other zippers are. Now, the next pocket is actually an expander pocket, which means that you zip that out to give it more depth. Not that it was actually lacking in depth, but yeah, I mean, give it maybe an extra 3 or 4 liters of space. So again, this is definitely not just a 30-liter pack. And then there's an inner zipper right here that you can use to access the compartment. that is a lot deeper. It actually takes up the entire height of the bag. Inside is another smaller sleeve right here, so you can put a tablet here. You can put clothes here actually. So even if this is full of camera gear, you can put a set of clothes, especially if you're using a packing cube. So that's going to be great. Now, to be honest, I haven't been using this compartment just because I did not have to bring that much equipment or that much stuff altogether. Now on other side are flex pockets. There's a garter right here that makes it flexible. There's a strap here that you can use to hook onto the other side. And the same goes for the other one. And it comes also with this pouch that you can put outside here on the flex pocket, or of course, you can also detach it because it's just using a tether that is similar to the mechanism of the camera straps of PGYTECH. So this pouch right here has a long pocket in front. And when you open the main zipper, it reveals all of these. Now, I've already put 1, 2, 3 batteries here. It has room for another 2. I don't know what these are for, but they are basically loops for longer things. And this also is containing my card reader for CF Express Type A and SD cards, also from PGYTECH. Now, behind those are still some pockets, depending on what you actually need to put there. So again, you can put this on the flex pocket, or you can put it inside the bag, or you can detach it and use it separately. That's totally up to you. This is a bonus accessory that I'm actually really grateful for. Now, on top is a handle, and there are also 1, 2, 3, 4 loops here for strap attachment. Another loop here on the right side, and of course there's another one on the left where this strap is attached. So you can of course use the flex pocket also to carry some stands or tripods, and you can use both for that. So you can bring 2 tripods if you need to. Now behind that handle is a zipper, and this zipper will reveal the handle. And this handle has a few stages, so depending on the height that you need. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So depending on how tall you are or how high you need it to be, then that's going to be cool. And of course, this is an unusual shape of a handle. It's wider than most. It's definitely not what we're used to. But the reason why they made it so is that they could keep the bulk of the handles, which are actually already relatively thin. But so they could keep the bulk of the handles on the sides, so you have full access to the entire space inside. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing because, again, it redistributes the bulk that it's going to take away from the main compartment. The only bad thing I can say about this is that, of course, it will not fit the sleeves on your backpacks or on your whatever bag you're using that have sleeves that can be used to put them on top of your luggage. But then again, most bags have strap loops, and you can also use the attachment straps to put it on the bag on top or whatever. So not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely not what we're used to. Now, the last thing is this zipper at the back. And that will, of course, reveal the shoulder straps right here. Of course, the straps are adjustable, and it also comes with a chest strap for more comfortable carrying. Now, one thing I really liked about this, again, before we get into the main compartment, is that it came with all of the wheels taken out. Why? Because you can easily take them out and put them back in. So each of the wheels have this stud right here, and you just need to follow the contour of the slot. There's like a switch, a sliding switch right here that you put down to be able to attach. And then it clicks right away. So it's not just the fact that it can be easily removed that I like. It's more of the fact that it can easily be replaced. The good thing about PGYTECH is that their products are all over, so it wouldn't be hard to order a replacement wheel if you need to. But then again, these are actually pretty sturdy wheels. These are made of rubber and plastic, hard plastic, and this is metal. So I kind of prefer these wheels over the wheels of the Peak Design roller, just because I feel like these are going to be more durable. But both bags will have, I guess, a wider availability of replacement wheels, because again, if you're maxing this out, then that's probably a good thing, right? Now, let's talk about the main compartment. Of course, there's a zipper right here that will span that way, and it opens up just like this. Now, let's talk about the laptop compartment. First, this can carry a 16-inch laptop. Luckily, I still have a 16-inch laptop. I wish I had a smaller one at this point, but yes. So comfortably fits inside. You can even have a tablet right here because there's another sleeve in there. Now, as you can see, there are some buckles right here. You can use that to secure the bag. It doesn't really work like the drawbridge that we have on the other bag we talked about recently. Why am I avoiding saying it? It doesn't have the drawbridge on the Peak Design, but it basically just prevents all of your gear from falling out if ever you forgot that it was open, or you intentionally opened it just a little bit to get something, but you didn't want to set it down. So it's just another level of security, just so it doesn't fall out and all your gear rolls out in the floor, right? So finally, let's see the main compartment. Now, I'm not a fan of green. This is a bluish green kind of thing. I actually like it, and that's just me. On top of that, of course, all of these dividers right here, and there's an abundance of dividers as you can see, are all movable and adjustable or removable depending on what you want. Now, the good thing about this is that even if you take out all the dividers, the sides are still heavily padded, which means that you can use them without, or you can at the very least reduce the number depending on how much gear you're going to put. So you don't need a camera cube or any insert to be able to use this. Now, how much gear can it carry? Well, let's see. Camera body A7R5. Still a bit of room here. We can move a divider right here, which I'm not going to do because that's going to take time. But yes, there's more room right here. One lens, another lens, another lens, another lens. Or I can actually move this divider right here, move it here, just like I said, and then put my ZV-E10 Mark II right here, which I've been using for behind-the-scenes content. Now, the space we have here can be used to hold my Tilta charging battery case right here. As you can see, there's more room here on top, and this is actually a rain cover that can cover the entire bag. So another bonus accessory that thankfully is included when you buy the bag. I can put that here. So there's room here. How much room? I can put a V-mount battery right here. If I had another one, I can put it right here. And there's still a huge long space here on the side. We also have these straps right here. And these are straps you can use to attach anything on the sides of the bag. Let me take out these dividers, because what we're going to fit onto this long side would be a Sony 200 to 600. And there's even more room. Technically, you can put a camera body on this and still have room. It would be, of course, on its side. Alternatively, of course, you can rearrange all of the padding and you can put lights. So if you're only going to bring like one or two lenses, then you can easily carry, say, a 200 or 300 watt light with the power supply and everything. So when it comes to the application, I would say that this bag is a really, really good working roller camera bag altogether. Like, it can carry literally everything I need to bring on my shoots. And well, I don't really need to bring a lot. I always overpack. But with this bag, I can even pack some lights inside along with my camera gear. And if I need to carry it for some reason and there's no pavement, then I can just, of course, set this down, take out the straps and carry it on my bag instead of having to carry it by hand. And again, there's so much room in it. There's so much room for gear. There's so much room for accessories. You have two sides for stands and tripods. And it even has a bonus accessory pouch that we didn't even ask for, but it's actually very handy. So as a working photographer, this has been the bag that's more than what I ever asked for. And that's why it's been really put to use in the past 3 weeks. And so, yes, there we go. This is, again, the PGYTECH roller camera backpack. I'm kind of conflicted with the name just because it's more of a roller bag with a backpack option. But nonetheless, it is a roller camera bag that is also usable as a backpack. Now, if you have any questions about this, and you can, of course, leave them down below in the comment section. And let me know if you want a side-by-side comparison with the Peak Design roller camera bag. Not that they're similar, they're actually very different, but I feel like a lot of you would be asking about that because I have had a lot of questions about the differences of them. So yes, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. And of course, if you're new to the channel, my name is Nico Valenzuela. I'm a landscape and architectural photographer. And in this channel, I talk a lot about gear and also do a bit of tutorials at the same time. So if you're into any of that, then click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. In any case, thank you for watching.